is Lisa Weir. I'm from Mandeville, Louisiana, and I got diagnosed with breast cancer in September of 2018. And my doctors said that I needed to go through chemotherapy, so I did 6 rounds of chemotherapy. I've done 5 weeks of radiation. I had 2 reconstructive surgeries. I had the mastectomy first. My family was supportive. My husband helped me a lot. I had friends who brought me dinners during my chemotherapy, which was extremely helpful. And I had people come and visit me too sometimes, so that's always helpful when people visit and, you know, bring up your spirits, because it's really depressing to be alone all day long. And I really had a lot of friends that came over, and they brought me things, and they sat and talked with me for you know, a long time, and it just helped a lot. My puppy dog was very, very supportive. He sat on my lap every time I came home from chemotherapy. She was awesome. Her name was Lulu. All of my doctors were wonderful. Dr. Sachs, Dr. Lagarde, all their nurses, so helpful with all the questions I asked. So I asked lots of questions. They're always there, ready to help, ready to answer anything you know that you have concerns with. Dr. Hinkleman was awesome. So Dr. Sullivan was awesome also. He was my reconstruction surgeon, and he was really patient with me because I was kind of hesitant with all the different, you know, things that he had to do. And so he reassured me, he made me feel at ease. So thank you so much, Dr. Sullivan, for all you've done for me, and this is my story. I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the 4th of 5 children of my parents, Edward and Lolita Jaunet. As a young child, I enjoyed playing cabbage ball and basketball. In 7th grade, I met my best friend, Trudy. We went to high school together. We were members of the St. Bernard High School cheerleading team together and were on the homecoming court our sophomore and junior years. My older brother David and I shared the same friend group when I was 17. One of my brother's friends, Daniel, and I had a short relationship, but the breakup was friendly and we continued to hang out and were friends. After putting myself through college, I reunited with my high school boyfriend Daniel and got married. We moved to Miro, Louisiana, and completed our dream renovation on our little house. I had my dream bathroom with a large jacuzzi-style bath for evening tub massages. We now had a bedroom big enough for a small sofa by the window, and I had my perfect prayer spot. But when Hurricane Katrina threatened our neighborhood, we had to evacuate from our little dream home. With our 3-year-old son, Matthew, and 18-month-old daughter, Marissa, we packed up our important papers, their favorite toys, and headed north. We wound up in a casino hotel in Philadelphia, Mississippi. As we watched TV from our hotel room, we learned that our neighborhood home in Miro was almost totally submerged in water up to the attic. My extended family stepped into action and provided a condo for us to temporarily stay in Baton Rouge. We shared that condo with my sister and her husband. It took about a month before we were able to see our house. When we turned onto our street, you couldn't recognize that it was a street. It was covered with dried mud, and the smell was rotten mixed with mildew. The front door was knocked down, furniture was moved to different parts of the house. Everything was covered with thick sludge. A couple of months later, we moved to Mandeville in the apartments behind Home Depot and lived there for 6 months. We finally decided that we loved Mandeville, so we purchased our home and have been there ever since. We were so blessed to be in a neighborhood with lots of kids. The gift of the Katrina experience was being the recipient of kindness. The people who came all the way down south to help us gut our home was amazing. Who would have guessed that this was the journey God would have for me and my family? But over a decade later, God led me down another path. One morning, Daniel and I noticed that my left underarm looked a little swollen. He encouraged me to see my doctor to get it checked out. My doctor said it didn't feel like cancer, but to mention this concern at my upcoming mammogram appointment. An additional ultrasound showed it to be cancerous, and I needed to take immediate action. The doctors told me that I was going to survive this, but I needed to go through the process of chemotherapy, a mastectomy, radiation, and breast reconstruction. But what really kept me moving forward in this crisis was my relationship with my family and Jesus. I have a husband who is still struggling with issues from his own cancer journey in 2012. And in a few short years, the teenagers will be independent, and my husband and I want to see our children start families of their own. We want to be around for the grandchildren. So in my prayer time, I'm always asking Jesus to bring me challenges in life that will bring me closer to Him. So I'm looking at this health issue as a challenge, not a death sentence. I know Jesus is with me through all of it. I know He loves me with all my faults, and He sends me little miracles from time to time when I least expect it. My advice to any woman facing breast cancer is that it's not the end of the world. It's a bump in the road, a challenge to overcome, an opportunity to get closer to God and family. When you're going through chemo or need a shoulder to cry on, don't be afraid to ask for help from family and friends. When you hear the words, "Whatever you need, don't hesitate to call me," believe them. Especially if you're going through chemo, ask for meals to be delivered to your home. It's a huge help. Join the Sisterhood Unite for advice, support, and friendship. Ask for prayers from family and friends and your church, especially when you need it the most. And I want to shout out to Josh and Cherish. And Josh, thanks for taking that bald picture with me. That's the only one I have. And to Steph and Martin, thanks for all of y'all done for us during my cancer journey. Love y'all.
Hey, have you guys been checking out the auction site? The auction site has 7 curated trips designed specifically for you guys that are just amazing luxury vacations. But in addition to that, we have 2 additional things that are being auctioned. One is this beautiful painting that was created by Jane Vandrich. She's a Unite alum from the class of 2019, and she is an artist, but she was inspired by the theme Purple Rain. So all the elements in this beautiful canvas are designed based around that theme. And another prize that you can bid on is this amazing facial treatment called the Plasma Pen. It is $2,500, and that is being offered to anybody who lives in the St. Tammany or New Orleans area. So go and place a bid on that. It's not recommended for people who have dark color skin because you could have some scarring. But if you're interested, bid on it. You are never going to regret it. And I love the results. So thanks a lot. All right. Thank you everybody for all these beautiful auction bids. Please go visit the auction now.